Hey, y'all are over here, but I'm looking over here because that's where I gotta look to see screens. Um, we're gonna do something different. This is Sunday, so we're gonna do some riffs and some rips, and hopefully the audio quality is okay for you guys. So I'm picking up my guitar. I hope y'all can hear that all right. Some of these are pretty low. Woo! Yeah, we can do stuff. I think. I don't know. I just want a good clean tone. There we go. Jesus. Let's see. Make some stoner space rock. Yeah, I am just a little bit black. Just a tiny little bit. Just enough to get funky. It's way too loud. I broke my finger, so I'm kind of not as good right now. This finger's like really numb, so especially like when I do power chords, it feels a little weird. I think it's also because my nail's still like cracked in half, so like when I press down like that, it's also like, I don't know. But yeah, that's the finger, so. Ooh, the finger of doom. I mean, you see that white, that's new nail, so I don't even think I'm going to lose my nail when I mush my finger. But yeah. But we're going to hang out, do some playing guitars and stuff. Because that's how we do. And that's what we do. Because we ain't got nothing else to do. Oh, hey, I'm sorry. I was talking to my artist. Here, I'll show you real quick. He's working on, we're putting together a video game together. I'm trying to get it to where it'll go full screen so I can show you. Uh, There we go. Here. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that. But we're working on making like a boomer shooter of Otis, and he's fighting like a king slime there in that one. Sorry. I just got sidetracked. He started messaging me. And then I forgot I was streaming because I got high a second ago. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm streaming. But yeah, I got the guitar today, and yeah, it's like. But it's a little weird right now because I'm still recovering. I broke my finger a few weeks ago. So, still kind of numb when I do power chords. But it doesn't really hurt. It just feels. It's just a weird sensation. That hurt. So I'm not gonna do that. That sad. I mean, yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's my finger's getting better. So eventually, I should get all the feeling and stuff back in it. Maybe. If not, I can get used to it. It's not the worst thing in the world to deal with. I'm gonna smoke some more weed. I got a bunch of women going crazy on my Facebook because I don't. They're trying to say that 18-year-olds aren't adults now, and it's just they're just being retarded. It's like the most fascist thing to argue for is like to raise limits on everything. Like you have to have some other person dictate whether you're ready for certain things in life or not. So you literally have a bunch of women out there who are essentially saying that like 18-year-olds shouldn't vote, which is just I don't know. I got sisters and stuff, so when I see women say stuff like that, I'm a little insulted because like women's rights have come a long way, and there have been a lot of good women who suffered trying to, you know, make sure that everybody had those rights. And now suddenly, when accountability rears its fucking head, they say, "Oh no, we don't want our rights anymore." If rights come with accountability, we don't want them. I don't know. It's just women spurging about fucking older guys dating younger girls, and I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's a bit creepy, but honestly, I think it's creepier for the girl who has the hots for like a wrinkly, graying dude, because at least it makes sense for an old guy to want a younger woman. That makes sense. You want somebody who's more firm. You know, her tits don't sag to the floor. You want somebody in better condition. it boggles my mind. I think it's an odd trait when women like they look at a guy and they're like, you know what? He doesn't have enough gray on his balls to get my rocks off. I think that's a little fucking. I think the women are the weird ones in this scenario because one's pretty logical. I mean, everybody seeks like a better version of what they have or what they could get. So that why would you have women who want to seek out the worst version of a man, like the one who's only got like 5 years left to fuck, and then his dick doesn't work anymore? I don't know. Why don't you tell women to start creeping on old men? Stop creeping on old men. Old men don't know any better. But it's just so fucking ridiculous to see people argue to like raise age restrictions because they know better than everybody else suddenly. Like we've all been living in the dark for years, but now these fucking zoomers have figured everything out, man. I bet you all those people who were calling me like some kind of predator or something because I believe that 18-year-old women should be treated the same as a 49-year-old woman. I mean, they're both adults. They both have agency. Um, they can fuck who they want or who they don't want. It doesn't matter. That's the age that we have determined that people are responsible for their own actions, right? You can't just change the rules out of nowhere. It's just, it bothers me though. It doesn't. It bothers me because of how insane this world is. I mean, have you guys like thought about it? Like everything is just. I stopped watching South Park. And I have the utmost respect and admiration for Trey Parker, Matt Stone, and literally the entire crew. Um, really enjoy their work. Die hard fan, but I can't watch South Park anymore because real life is just as absurd as an episode of South Park. So to me, South Park has lost the comedic edge because it used to be South Park was like the Looney Tunes version of current cultural events, you know? But it has gotten to the point where like they can't get any crazier than things already are. And that's why I stopped watching South Park. It has nothing to do with whether or not they're doing a good job or putting out good stories. It's just the fact that the world is so fucking crazy that I can't distinguish between real life and South Park anymore. So I why even watch South Park? It's just going to remind me of how insane things really are. And I don't have to watch South Park. I see this shit outside. All I have to do is look out the door. There's people on the streets. They don't want tyrants. No, they're not talking about the guy that locked us up for COVID. No, they're talking about the guy who ain't done a single fucking tyrannical thing. Yeah, I can't watch Green Acres for the same reason because I'm in it. It's Green. I loved Green Acres, man. Green Acres is the place to be. Plus, they had that really just gorgeous blonde woman, man. Was her name Dee Dee in real life, or was that just like her character name? I don't know why I'm saying Dee Dee, but that just sounds right to me. Melania Trump reminds me of her a lot. Like, I don't know, there's not a lot of women you see out there that have this. I don't know, they're very classy, they're very intelligent. Most of the supermodels you see are like fucking airheaded, dumb as a rock, and all the. It's nice to see women of sophisticated women. Ava Gabor, I'm guessing that's the actress name, but yeah, she's awesome, man. I liked Green Acres. Not smart enough to go ahead. I don't know, just so odd to see people like arguing against things that are like being. I know there's like scientists, not scientists, but like psychologists and stuff who talk about these kinds of things like Stockholm syndrome and everything. And one I've always found very incredibly fascinating, but very scary at the same time has always been what the Milgram experiment, where basically like it was all fake, but not for the people participating. So they would bring people in and they would say, hey, you know, you're going to ask this guy a series of questions. And every time he gets one wrong, you have to shock him by pushing this button. And as far as I knew, it was another person on the other side and everything. And like they had it to where these people would be told by the scientists next to them, like, because the person would answer the question wrong and they keep turning up the voltage, and then at certain points like the other person would be begging like, please don't shock me, please don't shock me, and the person would look at the scientist, and the scientist would be like, you know, you go ahead and shock them. And it's like I think like 96% of people literally would have shocked somebody to death just because an authority figure told them to do it, when they could have left at any time. Nobody told them that they had to stay there. Nobody, you know, it was a very interesting experiment. I'm butchering the hell out of it, but it's incredibly scary at the same time, because the only people who ended up like actually passing the test and was like, no, I'm not going to shock it, I'm hurting somebody, this is wrong, were fucking Holocaust survivors, funnily enough. Well, not funnily enough, but they were the only people who wouldn't do something that would hurt somebody else. Of course, the person on the other side was just an actor who was told to, you know, scream and pretend and shit like that. But yeah, it is incredibly unethical experiment too, because the participants, once they found out what the experiment was, it's just like, can you imagine finding out that like you would have been a Nazi if you were in fucking Germany at that time? Like if somebody had ordered you to kill other people, you would have done it. And to find that out, that you had no integrity, that one always stuck with me. That's why no matter what, when I make certain decisions, I stick with them and don't care about the consequences. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Hurting folks is no good. But sometimes it is necessary. Wish it wasn't. Mr. Hanky. Got a bunch of them, and I don't know what that. Oh, this scam artist got a bunch of them, and yeah, but those characters are real here. Oh yeah. Okay. I saw Haney, and I was thinking you were trying to type Mr. Hanky from South Park, and I was like, you guys got a bunch of fucking scam artists covered in shit running around. Things are pretty normal up here for the most part. Uh, Nothing really crazy. I used to know how to play that one. Secret Asian man. They're gonna give you some scotch tape to keep open them eyes. I don't know. I don't know what it should be playing. Time ago, now you're knocking on my door. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. I hear you knocking, yeah, baby, back in '52, I would never go with you. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. Black girl. Wait, no. Where's that? Kurt changed the lyrics, man, because it was black girl, don't lie to me. Tell me where did you sleep last night? In the pines, where the sun don't ever shine. But yeah, there's a fucking old black musician sang that one originally. I don't know why he changed the lyrics to My Girl, but it was originally just Black Girl. Maybe he's just scared to say Black Girl. I don't know. I can't play Freebird. I don't know how to play Freebird. But, like... What was it? I need to cut my fingernails too. Making me fuck up a little bit. Do you know Polly by Nirvana or Rape Me? Wait, what does Rape Me? No, I don't know a lot of Nirvana, but like I know like Come As You Are and then like I know that and like that was rendition of Where'd You Sleep Last Night? Yeah, I got a way that I like to play Come As You Are. Oh, there we go. It's just like... But yeah, it's the same thing though. So yeah, all apologies. Yeah, but I don't want him to drop D. But it'd sound better if I was. But those parts are right. It's just this one's not E. Oh, you know. But yeah. Breaking the law, breaking the law. Or I could be like, going caw, going caw. But yeah, I know that one. Oh yeah, here. I'll point you down at my ugly ass feet for a short moment. There, sir. And this is what I got. I know it's like upside down and sideways and stuff, but here. I got the Pod XT Live. I bought it on eBay. This one literally came from Japan. And I think the owner of it barely used it because this thing was fucking like brand new, but I paid like 120 for it. But on the downside, I need to correct myself. I told you you'd be able to connect to your a computer with this. It's sometimes the case. I've learned that since this is old tech, it's not the case with my computer. So I'm gonna have to look into something else that I can route to my computer. I mean, it's really, I mean, it's big, but I mean, it's a whole effects processor. So I mean, you got like that big pedal on the side there. Like here, let me describe you again. But yeah, you got like this. This is your volume for the most part, or it can be used as like your wah or whatever. And then you've got all these, and then these two that my foot's actually on, my left foot, is going to be like your sound banks. So that's what you use to cycle through, but there's, let's see, it's like 32, so 32 times 4, so that would be one, there's 128 different preset, mind you. 128 preset sounds. So you can still make your own. You can go in and change these. It's not connecting to my computer, but if you had an older computer, you could connect to it, and you could actually download different sounds and stuff that other users have created, and you can import your own stuff into it. It's really neat stuff, man. That's why I just can't get behind effects pedals too much. I mean, I don't play often enough to even really get into the debate. But in my experience, I just prefer like these effects processors because like the effects pedals, you have to have so much wiring too. And it just looks like it's going to be a headache. It looks like it's going to be a pain in the ass. This isn't. This is a one and you're done kind of thing. You plug your guitar into this, and this can go into your amp or whatever you need it to go into. You're not having to cycle through a bunch of different stuff. Anything you do want to cycle through is all in the same kind of thing, and that's pretty cool. I might have to look in. How much was yours, if you don't mind me asking? I mean, if you do mind me asking, I'll just look it up and later and be like, oh, that's how much that faggot spent. Um, I'm just joking. Like this XT Live is like a really older unit. Like this one's, I want to say it's at least 15 years old. So it's been out of production for a while. And like I said, I got mine from Japan for whatever reason. It's just the seller happened to be in Japan. But like I got mine brand new. I even got a carrying case for it and then manual and everything. Like I said, it was surprising for me because I was buying older tech, but it came to me like almost brand new. Kudos to the Japanese for taking care of their shit. Should have just put a return label and stuffed myself in that box. That's pretty cool. I need to get more into my drum kit myself, but I'm kind of just waiting for my health to get a little better before I get too active. I don't want to push myself too much. The most important thing is getting back to work. But yeah, this thing's pretty cool. Thank you for reminding me that All Apologies is in drop D, though. I was wondering why it sounded so weird. It's like a lot of these songs I'm trying to play, I haven't played them in God knows how long, so I'm also trying to remember how to play them. Oh shit. I don't know what I'm doing, man. Alright, I'll check it out in a second, Dave. Let's see. Let's take a break from the guitar for a moment. I need to check some stuff. Dave sent me something. Let's see what Dave sent. You want me to play it over hit this, Dave? Is this one of your video? Oh, okay. I'm going to play your video over here. And if you strike me, just know that I know where you live. And I'm going to come and kick your ass. So, just want you to be aware of that. Alright, let's see. We're going to set the sound correctly too before we do anything. Let's see here. There we go. Alright, Dave, let's see what you got here. Okay, so you're playing that lead in this? That actually reminds me. Bro, like, there's this video game called The Dishwasher. There's this video game called The Dishwasher, and it's by this, like, just this one team studio, like Ska Studios, SKA Studios. And that riff you sent literally sounds like a lot of the stuff that is playing in those games. And they're like platforming side scrollers too. But it's just really cool. That's a huge compliment because I really enjoy the music in those games. So that actually sounded really dope. So was that like, was the main riff you as well? That was just like a, okay, you're playing the rhythm too. The drums are the gizmo. The rest is all. Okay, okay. I was just about to ask that. Like if the rhythm was. Okay, that's cool. I need to look into something like that. So. Because it's really hard to just like record stuff and put it all together and then realize that it doesn't sound right. Like, I don't know. It's just a pain in the ass to sit here. Even when this thing was connected to my computer, it's just a pain to play a rhythm well enough and then put that on loop and then play my other stuff on top of it and yada yada yada. With your thing, it sounds like it might be a little easier to compose, let's say. There's a lot less work involved in the looping and stuff like that. Like, it would be easier for me to loop something and then improvise on it and figure out what I really want to do and then okay. Yeah, that sounds like a really good setup there, Dave. You know, Dave, if you had like Discord or something, you could just pop on there and then you could like show video with your guitar sounds and stuff. I'm not bitching at you, I'm just saying that would be a lot easier. But here.
The bassist for the band Weezer's wife was arrested for attempted murder today. Police shot her, then arrested her. What's with these homies shooting my girl? Why do they gotta front? The bassist for the band Weezer's wife was arrested for attempted murder today. Police shot her, then arrested her. What's with these homies? The bassist for
That's
the band
fucking
Weezer's
crazy.
shooting my girl. Why do they got?
Sorry, I started texting Carlos too. I had a Discord, it didn't run too well. Not clipped to a time code. I just want to play it. Okay, I'm gonna show this video here. I don't care if you see my conversation with Carlos. We're just talking shop. Alright. That actually sounds like something out of the Borderlands video game for their music. I like that. let's see. If you look up, like, I think if you go to YouTube, Dave, and you look up, like, the Borderlands music, like their background music for, like, the Arab Badlands and stuff like that, you could probably. Why is it capturing all of that? But you could check that out. Am I burned out, or didn't YouTube have a way to connect with someone directly? I'm not actually going through YouTube though. I'm operating through OBS, which is streaming that to YouTube. That's why I was saying, if you had a Discord or something, I can pull up different programs and run them through here. That's how I talk and stream games with the missus. Like, if you ever see when we're playing, when you hear her, we're in our own Discord chat. And when you see her gameplay in the corner, she's actually sharing her screen through Discord, and I'm showing that. It gets cooler near the end. Sorry, Dave, I didn't mean to. I'm just ADD and stuff. I'm not going to show the thing. Though I do like that. Never mind. I thought the lamp was like a blue crystal, but it looks like that's just a shirt or something you have behind it. That does sound cool. That does sound cool, Dave. I'm just gonna let this loop. And if you copyright strike me, like I said, I know where you live. I'm gonna come and kick your ass. You can copyright strike me, and I'll physically strike you. Jokes aside, I only say that because I know you probably giggle at it or something. Well, yeah, I'm all hooked up to show the video games and stuff like that. And, like, StreamYards, when I tried to use that, when I was trying to use StreamYards, it couldn't handle the gameplay when I would screen share through that. So OBS is the way to go, man, at least in my opinion. There's a lot of cool stuff I can do with it. I just haven't put in the time or effort. All right, let's see. All right, we're back. I'm also talking to Carlos too. Oh, hey, Blankenship topic. I don't know what that. I've never interacted with a topic before. I want to click on your thing. I'm clicking options, but it's not giving me any options. That's why I prefer playing standing up. It lends to making music you can dance to, and that's what the chicks dig. I will argue against it. I could get some real grooves down sitting on my lazy fucking ass, Dave. That making music that people can dance to has nothing to do with whether or not you are sitting or standing. It has everything to do with whether or not you have a good sense of rhythm. Um, like if you want to make disco, you just have to adjust your drums and use a lot more minors too. I think a lot of disco songs start on a minor. And as long as you know what you're doing, you can make stuff people can dance to. It's just a lot of people don't make music to dance to anymore. I kind of like dancing, or as other people would call having a seizure. But I dig it. Like I dance in the car, I groove, you know. I do my stuff. My hips are pretty loose because it's all in the hips, bro. It's all about getting the chicks. Yeah, you could say that. My fingers kind of hurting from the guitar, so um, I don't know what we're gonna do. Finished drinking my coffee. Should probably smoke some more, huh? Okay, thing. Okay, thing. To keep rhythm. Oh, it's easier to keep rhythm standing up. I can see that too. Do you like tap your foot or anything? Like what? Beyond a drum machine, what methods do you use to keep your rhythm? Um, that's a really good habit is to start like tapping one foot to the rhythm as you're playing. And there's a lot of different aids. I used to play not drums, but I played snare for the school band. So I've kind of had an opportunity to hone in like my internal metronomes and stuff. My timing can be off though, like I'm not perfect, but for the most part, I can keep most times in my head. But I kind of had to because, you know, for a couple of years, I was responsible for keeping everybody else in time. So I would encourage learning to play drums too for that reason. You get a really good sense of rhythm from doing that as well.
Baby. He gave me biblet.
Sorry, I'm also reading I Tap My Foot. I played snare in the school band too for about 3 months. Oh yeah, why'd you quit? Well, maybe not quit is a harsh word, but why was it only for 3 months? I played snare though. My favorite thing was to get on that big bass drum. The band director put me on it all the time too because I was the only one who could play it very well. All the other kids would always be like too scared. They wouldn't hit it hard enough to like get to really bellow, or they would hit it hard when you're not supposed to hit it hard. Kind of like seeing somebody struggle with driving manual. Plus, with that, you kind of have to put more of your body into it. There we go. Yeah, the back leg stomp is fine. Wait, I thought that would. I thought that was Angus that did the back leg stomp. Because Malcolm was the rhythm guitarist, wasn't he? And Angus was the lead. Angus was the one who was like hopping on his foot. I don't know. You might know more than I do. That's a pretty big possibility that I'm just talking out of my ass. Oh, they were billing her parents for the drum? Oh, that's crazy. I bought my drum at the Mission of Hope, which is like a thrift store run by a church. Uh, which was my favorite thrift store to go to. I love going to thrift stores. Oh, I went to a thrift store yesterday. I gotta show you something. I got something just for the kitties and the dog. It's out here. Look, I got this. And you know what this is? Here, I'll let you read the sign. But it's a water gun. But it's not just any water gun. See, my cat's over here, right? It's an electric full automatic water gun. It's pretty fucking accurate, too. One second. Alright, I wanted to shoot my cats again. It doesn't hurt them or anything. It startles them. They're not happy about it, but like, it's bitching, man. I'm like, I dare the kitties. I don't know if I could do a good Schwarzenegger, man. Yeah. What the kitties? Get off the counter. You know? Angus does the hop moving his left leg. Malcolm shifts his weight differently and keeps time with his right foot and leg. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Alright. You're right. But yeah, this thing's great. And the dog loves it too. I've been playing with Jade. I'll shoot her in the butt and she'll like run around and like try to come and like get me. And then I'll shoot her in the butt again and then she'll... Oh, would just hate the noise? What? Yeah, probably. But it's actually like... It's not that loud and it doesn't like... It doesn't make any other noise, like when you're not pulling the trigger or anything. But I thought this was just the bee's knees, and I thought, like, I'm like, this is the perfect thing to have around the house. Like when the cats start getting on the counters or something like that, just... Or just playing with him. I like to attack my cats. Like, that's how kitties play. Like... When I watch them, that's how they play with each other. Like, they'll just, like, pounce on each other. So, I don't know. I'm just kind of, like, playing with them, too. Get off the counter, kid. Do it now. But, yeah, like, I don't know. Like, one of my wife's friends was like, you squirt your cats and shoot them with, like, foam dart guns? And I'm like, well, yeah, like... Cats also like run up and attack people to play. Like that's how they play, is they like being hunted. I'm sorry, but I mean, for the most part, like you don't want to do it excessively to where you like fucking your cat's like crazy and shit, but it's good to hunt your kitties once in a while. Like, it gets some exercise. They run around, but then afterwards you let them know, like, hey, we're still friends. I love you. It's just like when they play, like, my cats will get into, like, drag-out fights, like, rah, 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 and all that other shit. And then, like, 2 hours later, they're, like, cuddling up with each other and stuff and taking a nap. So. But I do fuck with my cats, like... Because that's how you play with cats. I don't know. You kind of gotta fuck with them a little bit, but don't overdo it. But yeah, this thing's dope. And only paid like a couple of dollars for it. Cause that's what I was getting to at the thrift store. I always go straight to the not the candy, the kid aisle where they have all the toys and stuff. That's the first place I go, especially thrift stores. Like when I went yesterday, like I found a Buzz Lightyear action figure, the same one, not the same exact one, but it was the same toy that I had as a kid, and I thought that was cool. So I like got to hold it and play with it for a minute. And if you're asking why I didn't buy it, well, I mean, it wasn't my favorite toy, so I mean, it was neat to like see that item again and be able to goof around with it, but it's not something I would have. It's not as cool as a full auto electric or a battery powered water gun is, okay? Like if I had found like something different, something that I had more of a connection to as a kid, like maybe a certain Batman toy or something like that, I would. But I don't find anything super cool like that. But it was cool seeing that Buzz Lightyear because it was the big one that was like this big, and he has the laser, and you press the button, and his fucking wings fly out. There's a right way and a wrong way. It depends on. Yeah, it also does depend on the cat. Like I typically don't play like that with the cat that does. We have one of our cats, for whatever reason, she acts like the world is out to get her, and she's never been abused or anything. Like we've owned this cat her entire life. It's just like she came out a neurotic fucking mess. I don't know. But so I don't fuck with her too much. But Nans and Anki, I fuck with them because, you know, they like to play. And also the dog, she likes it too. She likes trying to catch the water in her mouth as well. But yeah, there's definitely a right and a wrong way. But it just annoys me when everybody treats treats it like the wrong way. Like a good example is like a friend of mine from years ago. She had a pet ferret, and she had posted a video where she was throwing her ferret like up into the air, and he was like, and then he'd land on the bed and run right to her, so she would throw him again. Obviously, the animal likes it. But she had a bunch of people, you're a fucking animal abuser and shit. Like, I'm like, oh, what the fuck? It's okay to throw a ferret. They really like that. Like, they're weird fucking animals for the most part. Do I hear Anki? Let's hunt Anki. If I let him in, I know he's going to go right to the food, which is right behind our heads. Oh no, somebody's got like a horn going out there or something. Never mind. We're not going to be hunting for anchors. The black cat. Should probably go ahead and clean up this thing a little bit too. See, that piece pops off really easy. It's just this piece. This is the one I was talking about before. It's just hard to get a grip on it. There we go. Sounded like things are getting a little clogged down here. I can see that. You'll probably want a better view. There we go. Aha. But yeah, I got that stuff inside there. I'm getting ready to dig out. Thought I had my poker around here, but I suppose I'll have to use this one, my active one. So I misplaced my other one. But basically I just take like my dab tool and I just pretty much just scrape this stuff out of here. Alright. And Fred Meyers is also out of fucking alcohol, so wasn't able to re-up on that either. That's okay. And then I just gotta clean out this hole that goes into the, kind of going through that hole. You can see the light coming through there. I'm just cleaning out that one with the alcohol right now. And now that I've got that clean, I can pretty much get most of this out of here. And then I just flip it over. And dip my other side in so I can really get in and get that extra stuff out of there. Looks like there's something in there. Anyways. I got a little box box down there that I throw this stuff in. I grab another one. Swish it around, then I get inside. A whole area. There we go. Alright, cool. Now I can take this one because it's not so dirty. I want to take this one. I'm just going to clean up the bottom here too. Just to make sure everything's gravy on this end. But sometimes you'll get some buildup and stuff. Just making the bottom of this a little sticky because all of the smoke is either coming through this hole or this hole. I even shove the Q-tip in there. That lets me get a little bit. But really, to get all of it, what I do is I have one of those tall pickle jars. I've got full of alcohol, clean alcohol, and I'll just drop this in there and let it soak for a while, and the alcohol eats everything away. And I'll just pull it out and rinse it off, and it'll be good to go. Alright, those parts are cleaned. Now comes the fun part, because now we got to get that ring of goop off of this piece. Now I try to get the goop off first, because if I don't, it'll just like collect. I don't know. It'll make the Q-tip like when it gets stuck on everything, and it's just a pain in the butt. It's just easier to get the excess off before you go at it. Anyways, put that in our box. Grab another Q-tip. And then, see, this one's hard because you're really limited on where you can touch this thing without getting this crap on your fingers. And it sucks getting resin and oils on your fingers. Then everything's sticky for a while. Alright. But since we wiped off that excess, it's not as difficult. And you really only have to clean this atomizer like this depending on how often you smoke. If you smoke as often as I do, which is fairly often, I suppose, probably every couple of days, you need to kind of break your machine down, take a few minutes, and just scrub everything with just a little bit of alcohol. Doesn't even take a lot of alcohol. I'm just getting the threads in the bottom of this thing. We got that. We don't really have to worry too much about cleaning the inside. And then that's done. Let's air it out. That piece is done. So most of it is done, but our next goal is going to be this piece. Which again, this one's not that hard. Typically, I like having those circular cotton pads, like for makeup removal, but I ran out of those, so all I have are the Q-tips. But I prefer to use those cotton pads for this because I can just dab some alcohol on it and then just wipe this whole thing down real quick. I still do the same thing with the Q-tip, it's just the surface area I can cover is a lot smaller. And that piece is done. And then the last piece we got to do is this one here. This one is really functified. Have you ever thought about how creepy it is that some women like want an old wrinkly dick? Like that would be their ultimate preference. I think that's highly more sus than that's just really sus, bro. I think the real root of it is I think a lot of these fucking older bitches are realizing they have absolutely no chance in the dating scene. And the only way they can like even the odds is to just put in these like unrealistic fucking expectations when it comes to like age and stuff like that. Just really abnormal shit. Like all the 30-year-old dudes are going for 18 to 22-year-old women. And those guys should stay single for the women who, instead of wanting to get married, wanted to hoe it out on the streets for 10 years before deciding. Like, that's really, I think, that's where a lot of it's got to come from. Honest to God, it has to be a bunch of fucking women who are like in their 30s and they're like, okay, well now it's time to settle down, and then they're realizing that none of the guys want to settle down with them because they're like, hey, you know, I tried to get with you years ago and you said no, so I found this fucking 19-year-old who wanted to be a homemaker. I don't know. I don't see a problem with it. As long as they're consenting adults, ain't nobody got no business talking to us. Then, if some 18-year-old chick wants to suck the dick of a 73-year-old man, I will think it's incredibly creepy and disgusting, but it's legally it's not wrong. It's perfectly legal. But the thing is like I say, they're putting all the fucking negative shit on the man, and I'm like, why? Like, the man's doing what is pretty much everybody expects of him. They expect the man to lust after a younger woman. Just as we expect an older woman to lust for a younger man, like the pool boy or whatever, you know? It's the way it is. But goddamn, why can't we talk about how weird it is that some fucking chick gets her rocks off thinking about an old crinkly dick? I've been smoking a lot, so I've been probably taking a week off. Yeah, sobriety breaks are pretty good. I'm thinking about taking some time off myself here pretty soon. I mean, I've actually cut down on my smoking. I know I've smoked some today and everything, but compared to what I usually smoke, like, usually I'm going through about like a gram of dabs a day, and I've gotten down to, let's see, I've only had probably 1.5 grams between today and like Friday. Yeah. Because normally I would have smoked a whole gram on Friday, a whole one on Saturday, and I would have been on my 3rd gram today. But I'm still halfway through number 2. But we're going to smoke another one because we cleaned up our thing too. But what do you usually smoke, Dave? Are you like rolling joints? Are you smoking bowls out of a pipe? Are you going for the bong? Like, what are you usually doing? Curious. I know you're usually smoking the flower, which I used to do flower, but I swear to God, these dabs they're a lot cleaner. They're a lot easier on the lungs. Reason why we didn't clean the bowls because now that it's hot, we don't even need the alcohol. We can just heat that up. Put our Q-tip in there. And then get out the residuals. And then that's it. It's a done deal. Use a stainless steel bowl my brother welded for me. I blend it in a toolbox. Oh, it blends in a toolbox. Okay, cool deal. Yeah, because like I smoke some flour if I want to. I got my piece right here. No, it looks dirty. That's actually, this doesn't have water in it. That's just how stained it is. I need to clean my rig. But I got this too. Oh, hey, there's that tool that I thought was missing. Found it right here. It's a dangerous game to use a can as an ashtray. I just had this weed sitting out like for at least a week. Just out in this tray. You can tell it's legal here. That's why I don't like smoking flower. I wasn't choking or throwing up. Or not, just like, it's just, I took that big hit. And what happens is, since I don't smoke flower often anymore, when I do smoke it, it puts like those saliva glands in your mouth. It just forces them into overdrive. I didn't have anything to like spit all this nasty spit into, so. Now let's see here. Yeah. Oh, hey, y'all don't know him, but you should all look into the heavens and say, Happy birthday, Mior. Mior. He's a really cool artist up in Malaysia, I want to say. And today is his birthday, and he's a good friend of mine. Cottonmouth. It looks like a socket. Well, Cottonmouth, swing your mouth dry. Hey, baby. It's streaming, so what's up?
Nothing. Just got in the car about to head to Walmart.
Oh, okay. Did you have a good day at work?
Yeah. I did.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's good.
I mean, it could have been a little better if your sister hadn't sicked her goons on me, but I mean, that was easy to mitigate. I'm not saying that to get you involved either. I'm just saying that as that's something that could have like been better to not happen today.
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of bothers me because she's kind of calling her husband a pedo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're 7 years apart, and I don't know. As long as you're 18, it's fine. I mean, you. The funny thing is it's like all these liberal people, and like if they don't want 18-year-olds to vote, then like they are never going to be able to elect anybody ever again. Because young people predominantly do vote Democrat. Because typically, once you actually start having to pay taxes and to pay for everything, that's when you start being a little more conservative. But I don't know. It's just absurd. Especially because you're using the wrong language, too. Like, a pedo is strictly like somebody who's attracted to like prepubescent kids. It has nothing to do with teenagers. That is strictly like for cases like when I was raped as or molested as a child, whatever you want to say. And it kind of bothers me that you're diminishing that to just an age difference between a man and a woman.
Yeah.
Who are consenting, by the way. Like, nobody's forced into this. But now, hear me out. I was thinking about something. I want a woman's perspective, okay? I was thinking about it, and like, an older dude wanting a younger woman does make sense, does it not? Like, a guy, like, if he was going to lust after somebody, of course he would want to lust after somebody in better condition.
Sure.
Same thing with a woman. What I find is creepy is like, what's the mindset of a girl who like looks at a wrinkly salt and pepper cock and is like, I want that.
Yeah.
Don't you think that one's a little bit more like on the odd side than the other? Like the other makes logical sense. I'm not saying like, it's not creepy to see like 70-year-old men drooling after younger women, but it does make sense why they would. But it makes absolutely no sense for somebody to like lust after a fucking T model penis, you know? I don't know. I just was curious about your input on that.
I think it's, not exactly the most moral thing to happen, for sure. But legally, it's not pedophilia.
Yeah.
Cut and dry. I'm tired of talking about it.
Yeah.
Kyla wants to try to talk about it. you are wanting to talk about it, and I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I'm sorry. We won't talk about it then. We'll talk about something else. What would you like to talk about?
I don't know.
See, that's...
Just, I get you're fighting with my
No,
sister.
no. We're not talking about that. We're moving on.
Okay.
You said you didn't want to talk about it, so we're not. I was just trying to figure out something else to talk about, and you interrupted me to talk about the thing you didn't want to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did show off my squirt gun on stream, and I got Nan's.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But anywho, well, I'm glad you had an alright day at work.
Yeah. It was alright. My census isn't too high. I think I only had 18 overall.
Okay.
Other than that, I think everything went pretty good. I got some extra time to wipe things down.
Yeah.
I got done early, which is why I'm off early.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't realize it was time for you. So you get ready to walk in?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm not there yet.
Did you want to play some video games later?
Maybe.
Alright. Was there anything you wanted to talk about, hon?
I don't know what I have to do for it, but I really want to get into school for billing and coding.
Okay. I would, have you looked into any of the class or schools that would have classes for that?
Yeah, it seems to be all the community colleges, but you can also do it just online now.
I was gonna say it depends on what kind of coding you're looking into, but I know there's some coding things that they can, they're programs, but they program them, but it's also for game development. But I'm sure, but I know a lot of that coding is just all around too. Like a lot of the stuff that they have starts you off with like very basic, but it's gaming centered. But there's that too. Like there's a lot of programs that I see that are designed around teaching people how to code. Is what I'm saying. Like at home stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to do that, we'll do that. We'll look into it. But I would suggest like dipping your toes into one of those like home programs that you can just like get like a free trial on or something like that. And just see if you even have the patience for it, because that's one thing that I've always had issues with is like, you're wanting to do something, but then when you actually start doing it, you're like, man, this kind of sucks.
Yeah. Well,
I thought this was going to be cooler.
The biggest thing for me is that I've already done some of the schooling.
Yeah.
Not directly, but I did my mom's homework for a while she was in billing and coding classes. Yeah. And a lot of it's online. You just learn from the book,
Yeah. I get that. I'm just saying it's good to know if it's actually your thing firsthand or not. But since you
Yeah.
seem to say you did do it, and I guess so.
Because I already had my trial run college experience, you know?
Yeah. Anywho. Uh, so yeah. So I guess you're just ready to just go ahead and enlist in college then. So I would just get on that.
Yeah. Uh, I want to see if I can make my work pay for it.
Okay. Well, you need to ask people at work about that.
Yeah.
Anyways. Um. Yeah, that'd be cool to get into.
Yeah. And I could be working in as little as 6 months.
Yeah. Hypothetically.
Yeah.
How's the
Well,
job
I mean,
market on that though? Have you looked into that? Like, um,
it's
is the supply lower? Like, is there more
last time I
supply
looked
than there is demand, or
last time I looked into it, there's more demand than there's supply.
okay?
Just like anything else in the medical field, you know.
Yeah, it's just that's not a field that I'm like familiar with, so I wouldn't know the logistics of it. But I know there's a lot of fields that where yeah, it's nice, but you know the ones that are needed are already working.
Yeah.
But yeah, coding would be a good trade. I would even consider that a trade.
Yeah.
It's
I would
just a
say.
digital trade.
Yeah.
Jade's
But yeah,
wanting
I gotta.
supper.
The only thing I'm kind of